Good eyes,
Oh,
Tam.
dude, this is
Kane.
wild.
Yeah, dude. Um, Feels weird because we just talked like a minute ago.
Got to restart
But
the conversation, Kevin. Come on.
well, like you said, you didn't want to expose a lot on Xbox, so at least you have like a hopefully, well, like we discussed literally a minute ago, most likely more than an hour material to go off. So,
That is
but
true.
yeah. We can wait like maybe like 2 minutes before we start. Wait for a couple more
Oh,
people.
heck yeah. Even
We
some of my teammates
usually
are here. Hi, Raquel.
average, not to like hype it, but we usually average, depending on the guest, really,
Yeah, dude. Now we're gonna go 20
five to
minutes.
5 to 7 concurrent viewers at tops, maybe 20, 22. But yeah, um,
I told Daniel I'd give him a shout out. Hi,
okay.
Daniel. Here's your shout out. He told me not to roast him, but now I'm reconsidering.
Oh, you have to
Dude,
roast
I
MC,
know.
bro. Roast those chicken legs, bro.
Oh,
Honestly, you can.
jeez.
Um, yeah. Are you are you kind of intimidated on Instagram Live, Can, or no? Are you just like whatever? Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I have no shame on anything, dude.
That's actual facts.
It's
Me
been that
studying
way.
Kane to the years. Life coach Kochka, yes, Braden.
Please don't roast me
Appreciate
too
that.
hard. It's okay, DC.
They got
I
you.
won't.
We'll go for TMT
Last
instead.
place at CIF.
Oh, what? Okay, dang. Ooh, oof. Um,
Poor guy. It's okay.
no. Yeah, as you can tell, guys, I'm
Yeah, where
at work
I
again.
was like,
I'm at
where
work.
are you?
Yeah, this is a conference room,
The conference room.
actually.
Where?
Yeah. So
I
I
want the
work at.
exact address.
Yeah, I can't tell you. But what I can tell you though is that yeah, I'm at work. I'm an intern at work, and
Hmm.
my boss is probably the coolest boss on earth because he's like he just lets me use it as a conference room. Keep in mind you, this is like a actual like company corporation or whatever, and I'm using legit conference room. They have meetings, so the fact that he's letting me use this is pretty sick.
Dude, how awkward would it be if someone just like walked in there and just like, yo, we're supposed to have a conference in here, and you're like, oh.
I know. Luckily, I booked it, but yeah, that does cross my mind. I am scared because you can't see it, but for me, there's like clear windows or whatever, so you can like look at me being weird in here. But I mean, other than that, I don't think anyone's gonna like come in here or whatever.
For sure.
But all right, I think we can start now. I guess.
Dude, sure.
Yeah, we'll just jump into it. Kane, I assume you know somewhat of the format. Would you say?
No.
Really? Oh, damn. Okay. Because you don't watch the episode. No. Anyways, but no, I talk about. Let's start with this. I want you to go into detail about your early life, middle school, high school, and where you at
Oh,
right now. Yep,
middle
from the
school.
beginning.
Yikes.
Yep, from the beginning. Born and everything.
Dude, middle school is rough.
Mm.
I was definitely not a good person in middle school or beginning of high school at all.
Uh
I was totally a bully. Poor Danny
huh. At
Pham.
least you admit it, dude.
Dude, no, I
Yes.
was 100% in
Yeah.
seventh grade. And it's funny because it was definitely Danny Pham that I messed with the most. And now we're like, he's like my best friend group.
Hmm.
So I think that's actually super cool. But,
Yeah.
it changed along the way as I realized I was being an idiot, fun stuff like that. And high school was weird.
Hmm.
High school was like, I didn't really have a group of friends that I had, like that
Yeah.
I'd stick with.
Hmm.
Because they were all different groups like who would hang out together, and I would just kind of hop to one, see if I could find a group that I liked a lot,
Right.
and if I did, it eventually fall apart. The usual high school fun. But other than that, high school sucked.
Yeah.
There are good times, don't get me wrong, but overall, not the best time.
Hmm. So, are you born and raised here, Kane?
Yeah, born in Philly, but raised.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting. Is your parents like originally from Philly or something?
yeah, both Pennsylvania. My dad
Pennsylvania.
grew up in
Wow.
Fishtown, Philly, so
Fishtown, Philly, bro.
or
Okay, for
it
sure.
was some other part, but it was not good.
And how young were you when you moved here
It was
to San
like
Diego?
right after I was born, so
Wow.
yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. So what elementary school did you go to?
Sundance.
Sundance. How was that experience at Sundance as a kid?
Uh, Interesting. I do remember there were a lot of weird times, but that's when that's funny because that's actually where I started running.
Okay. Yeah.
And after that, that was like, you remember Julie Leonard?
I do not know.
Oh, okay. Well, she was like one of the biggest influences on my life because she started the running club there. There's,
Yeah.
like a horrible dirt track there right next to Twin Trails Park. And
Hmm.
it'd be like you get a lap card every time you run a lap. I'd always run with Brian Ingley and Nathan Wagner.
Nice.
So, and I think, yeah, and AJ Leonard. So they were like my main group of running buddies, and we'd always just like right when recess would start, we'd all sprint down to the thing and we'd see who can get the most laps. It was
Yeah.
super
You
fun.
know, fun fact. I know this is kind of crazy to imagine, but I actually ran a lot in elementary school as well. I started third grade, and what really motivated me was I don't know about you guys, but we also had a track, but we got sticks for each lap, like an actual stick. Do you guys get okay? So literally, once we get a lap, we go for the stick bucket, or like this lady hands out these sticks, and we just
Hmm.
get these sticks. And I always thought like, ooh, I don't know, I like sticks. So I would really, so I just run the lap to get all these sticks, and then I think it was like 5 sticks equals a mile, and I would always try to get every morning at school 2 miles a day
Hmm.
before school started, and I would do that with for credibility, you can ask Adam Elliott and Matthew Schultz. I think you know Adam Elliott,
I do
so
know Adam
he can
Elliott.
vouch for me on my
Good
behalf.
guy.
But yeah, dude, I got the. I assume you did as well. Like all the ribbons, the 5,
Oh
10,
yeah, for sure.
50,
Yeah.
75, 100,
Oh yeah.
200, 200.
All the fun stuff. No, I think I got to like 175.
But, bro, how? Okay, I know I used the R word, but
Weston
but
disagrees.
like um I so it's what's so crazy is for the 100 miles you
Hmm.
got like a medal and it had like a little medal and it had like a little kid and like a little logo that said like 100 miles Park Village, and then for 200 they didn't have an award, so they literally just gave you a pin that said good job. I'm
Oh,
not even
not
kidding.
cool.
My brother allegedly said they had trophies back in the day for 200 miles, but I guess the budget they limited to a good job bit, tiny little thing. I think I
Dude, what do you
lost it.
mean budget? What?
I don't know.
Like a certificate? No? Like
But
they had certificates for perfect attendance, but running
but
200 miles?
that's what I'm saying. But yeah, explain to me how I can get a medal for 100, which I still have to this day somewhere in my house, and then for 200 miles to get a pin. Like, yeah, I agree. A certificate would be way more valuable than a pin because I have no idea where that pin is right now.
For sure.
So, but I guess I bet you didn't believe that though, right? Like I ran a lot.
Dude,
I
no, I
don't
could
don't
see
get me
it.
wrong. Seventh grade, that's when I got fat, dude. Like that was over. That was
Oh
like that's like
no.
Kevin, you knew. Seventh grade, yeah, or sixth grade, excuse me.
Do we meet in middle school?
Where did we meet? Yeah,
Oh, memory trip.
where?
I don't know, dude. Like
Band?
band. Mr.
Seventh grade band or
P.
eighth grade band?
Dude, it was whenever we both got into select on. Did you go in select ensemble?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, oh my, Kate, hello, dude. We got to get to that, bro. Okay, okay, all right. So, start from sixth grade. Actually, talk about middle school from sixth grade on, and we'll talk about some
Oh,
highlights.
dude, I remember, hold on, seventh
Yeah.
grade, I remember I would always like walk around with my trumpet, and there was one day that I was like trying to like maneuver my way around a chair, and I had to like climb over it, totally tripped and like slammed my trumpet into the floor. It was just like,
Ooh.
and I was like,
Yeah.
yikes, and I just
Hmm.
didn't play for the rest of class. Mr. P's like, ooh, sucks, and I was like, yeah, I know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I had to get that repaired, and my parents like, damn it, Kane, you know, all the fun stuff, but. That was a horrible moment. I was so embarrassed.
I mean, how'd you enjoy like band overall?
Band overall was pretty cool.
It
It's
was fun.
it's funny
Yeah.
because Mr. P was like one of the only middle school teachers that actually defended me. Because in like
Yeah.
it was sixth or
Yeah.
seventh grade, like all the teachers were like, "Yeah, Kane has something wrong with him. He can't sit still," like all this stuff.
Hmm.
And then Mr.
Yeah.
P's like, "Are you guys stupid? He's a boy." Like, what do you
That's just
mean?
logic. That's funny.
And,
Yeah.
and they're just like, oh yeah, like it was just like he's the only teacher that defended me out of all my teachers.
Right. Yeah.
Remember Miss Maury?
Dude, I think everyone remembers this Maury, dude. Yeah, I remember her. I
Oh,
wasn't. For me, I did not get on her bad side, so she liked me. I mean, she yelled at me maybe once, but I was such a goody two shoes in that class, so I didn't get as much hate as some other students. So
I
yeah,
got all the hate from most teachers. So,
yeah,
dude, there
yeah,
was
yeah.
there was one time that like I was about to ask her, I like, raised my hand to ask a question, and she like put her leg up on the chair next to me, and then
Whoa.
like started rubbing my back, and I was like, that was creepy, and she never liked me since then.
Oh yeah, she rubbed everyone's back. Albert Lee, my back. I saw it. Yeah,
Dude,
dude.
it was
Yeah.
like Michael
Okay.
Chang who sat next to me. We suffered in that
Oh,
class together. there was
Yep.
this one girl who sat next to us, not gonna name names, and I just
Okay.
remember we were getting ready to do all the Bunsen burner stuff, so it was fire, so we all had matches. And she's like, "Oh, I want to do it." And Michael and I looked at each other like, "This isn't a good idea, is it?" And she lights
Yeah.
the match and then holds it upside down, and the flame goes up no matter which way you hold it. So she
Yeah.
burned herself, and I like put out the match, and Miss Roy was like, "Kane, stop messing around," and I was like,
No.
"Oh."
Dude, that sucks. Dude, you speaking about science, remember Miss X Nose?
Oh, dude, I didn't have her. I had Miss Smith.
No, he didn't. Oh, dude, you missed out, bro. She's
Oh,
really nice,
Mitchell
but
Hoover.
yeah, dude, that's a big
Mitch.
deal. Seriously, having
Oh,
Mitchell in
dude.
here,
Dude, yeah,
huge deal,
Mitchell Hoover.
huge deal. Um, but yeah, Matthew, he can attest to me. I got the 100 mile medal in elementary school. If you will chat in the chat. Anyways, back to this. But yeah, Exynos, she was cool. I heard rumors that she had a very interesting young life.
What it
We won't get into that.
wasn't she like the easier of the two teachers?
Oh yeah, she was super nice and easy. Yeah, like she never got mad. She was always like, you know what, if you show up and just do the labs or whatever, I don't care. It's like cool. That's I can roll with that, right?
You're like, I
That, that, that,
bet.
that's not. Yeah, there you go. Matthew said yeah. Um, yeah. So I guess I think the best story we have together, honestly. Like when I think of Kane, I think of this. From your perspective, Kane, we can literally go on forever, but and it's like maybe like a 10-15 minute story. Dude, talk about San Francisco band, dude.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Yes, dude. Yes.
Dude, it was that was the
Magical.
most fun trip I've ever had. Like
Oh, dude.
I
10
went
out of
to
10.
I went to Ireland, and that was the only time I've had more fun than this trip in seventh grade, dude. So in select ensemble, we eventually had to go
Yes.
out and like perform, like some hall or whatever.
Yeah.
And so we had to pick roommates and stuff. And for select ensemble,
Oh.
it was me, Bryce Jacobs, Laurent Lee, and Kevin, life coach Kochka. And
Yep, yep.
that like we didn't really like we knew each other like pretty well, but like we didn't like think that whole thing was gonna happen. But
Oh, yeah.
so like we got into the rooms, and it was just casual at first. But like, as we're all seventh graders, like things were bound to have some twist to it. And
Yeah.
it was so funny because there'd be like days that like we just go in the hallways with like buckets of ice, and we just throw it at each other.
I gotta
And
tell you the origin of that story. I know, like, I'll tell it from my side. So, it was the first night, and I remember, like, I think I was thirsty, right? And then I was like going to the faucet, and the faucet water isn't cold. I'm like, "Yo, Kane, where's the ice machine?" He's like, "It's out in the like, it's in the hallway. Go get it." So I go grab it, like a full thing of ice. I come back. I I can't remember who threw the ice first. Was it
it
you?
was
Like,
Bryce.
it was a
It was
Bryce.
Bryce.
I put the cup of ice like on the table, or whatever, and then Bryce starts throwing it at Laurent, and we're like, dude, we gotta join in. So we start pegging Laurent at like this is like 11 p.m. midnight. Can you remind you in a hotel Marriott hotel room in San Francisco, or pegging Laurent with ice cubes, and he got pissed. And I do remember, remember the first night too. We like we did like the bed arrangements.
Dude, I
So
had one
like
bed and you three had the other bed.
but the best part was Loren slept on the floor. Like he didn't want to sleep with any of us. So Loren didn't even have Loren literally had like a blanket and a pillow, and that was it. Like and it was me and Bryce in one bed, and then your bed. We're like, we're not messing with Kane, dude. Like, no way. Um yeah, but what other highlights was there
Dude,
for
do you remember when Laurent fell down between the bed and the wall, and then it was either you or Bryce, and I just hear Aztec Ball Crush, and then one of you just jumps on him.
I think that was me. Yeah. No, you were. I remember you were on him, and then I fell. Like it hit you, and then hit him. So it was like a domino effect, and we just crushed Lorette under the weight of both of us.
I definitely know
And that was
Bryce joined
that
in
was literally
after.
that was literally the first day. It was like the first 15 minutes. We're just like freaking goofing off in there, dude.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Dude. Oh, and I remember. What was another great story? Oh yeah, and then, yeah. So when we did the ice thing, freaking everyone else stole our idea. Once we started doing the ice thing, literally everyone was like fighting of ice, and it was like the ice wars. I remember like a day after we did it, there was like ice cubes outside,
Dude, we all
like
walked
the
out
off
one night
rooms.
too. And we were just
Yes,
like, people were like throwing it back and forth, and we were like, and we walked back into the room, dude.
was like, what have I done? You know, like I was here just to get ice. I didn't expect some kind of war going on. And you know what the funniest thing was? You know, we went to the Symphony Hall. We went to Alcatraz.
Dude,
We went to
Alcatraz was
Fisherman's
super
Wharf.
cool.
We went to Pier 39. And literally the best part was the hotel room with all of us just goofing around. We literally played in the Symphony Hall, guys. We got like what, fourth place or something crazy like
We
that.
got
We
like
did
third.
really. We got
Remember? We played
third. We
Thunderstruck. That was such a
Oh
good
yeah,
song, dude.
we were. Keep in mind, this is like third nationally, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we were like really good, but that wasn't the highlight. It was literally the
Nah, dude.
hotel
The
room.
hotel room was the best part.
It's like what? So what else happened that trip? I think I remember. Oh,
Remember King of the Hill?
what was that
That's
about?
how Laurent got his nickname for the rest of high school.
King of the Hill. I don't remember the origin of that.
Dude, no. Like, we were just watching King of the Hill, and then he
Oh,
calls one of the
okay.
guys. He goes, "Yo, you're hamster Asian." And then Kevin just looks over at Laurent, and he's like, "Hamster Asian? I like
Oh
that."
my, yes, I remember the hamster Asian. Wow, yes, this is all coming back to me.
Oh,
Um,
dude, that was so
and
funny.
I remember the last night. This is the best part. It was like the night we're going back. I think you went to bed like at midnight.
Yeah.
It was me, Laurent, and Jacob. And for some reason, Laurent Laurent wanted to sleep with us because I think we pissed you off that night. I think
Dude,
that's what
no,
happened.
you guys
You're
messed
like,
with
oh,
me
we
when I
have.
was asleep, remember?
Oh, I'm gonna go into detail about that. Wait, are you cool if we talk about that?
I don't care.
Okay, you don't care. Okay. Let me
It was
think.
seventh
Okay,
grade.
I'll
Lots
go
of
into
things
some.
happened in seventh
Well,
grade.
I don't want to offend the person we're talking about. If that makes sense. I mean, okay, I'll watch what I say. Okay.
Okay,
But
I hope so.
so it was midnight, right? And you're asleep. And then for some reason, me, Laurent, and Bryce Jacob were in like a bed together. It was hot, dude. It was so hot. And I think I remember, I think the ice cup was on your side of the bed. And we were like, Laurent, go get the ice cup. Like, I don't know, we just need to cool off or something stupid, like put ice on our neck or something. I don't know. And while we're over there, we knew you were like fast asleep, dude. And keep in mind this is like midnight, 1 a.m.
Dude, I'm
And
such a heavy sleeper.
we were leaving San Francisco at 6 in the morning. We had like 4 hours of sleep, and Laurent was just like messing with me. He's like, yeah, like I think at the time you had a crush, seventh grade year, and so that's what we're talking about.
Oh, I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah,
It
and
was a
Laurent's just
fat
like
crush,
whispering in
dude.
your ear, and he's like whispering wet dreams in your ear. And me and Bryce are laughing so hard. And Laurent's like, "Yeah, hey, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen." Like it was like the weirdest, surrealist thing, dude. Laurent was like sane, like the first day of
We broke
San
him.
Francisco, and then we broke him like the last day. He was like never the same. Like whenever we bring him hamster Asian, he's like, yeah, hamster Asian. Like, yeah.
He just like hates us,
I wonder if
dude.
he remembers it today.
Yeah, he
But
definitely remembers it. He just
oh
doesn't
my
like us
god,
for it, dude. Guaranteed.
honestly, I would say for out of all of middle school, like San Francisco was like the best moment.
Oh,
Seriously, like
100%, dude.
dude, never forget, dude.
Never
Uh,
forget.
um, oh man, that was a good story. But anything else
Dude,
in
yeah,
middle school? Or
you don't remember the last thing that happened right before we left?
what happened?
Dude,
Mr.
remember
P banged on the door. Was that it?
we no, we all overslept, and then I like finally
Oh,
woke up
that's
to the
what
phone
it was.
call, and
Yeah.
I was like, "Hello, how you doing? This is Kane." And Mr. B's like, "What the heck are you guys doing?" And I was like, "Oh."
Yeah, we do wake up late. Didn't someone bang on our door too?
Yeah, it was Mr. P.
Oh, it was
And I
Mr.
was
P.
like,
Yeah.
"Uh-oh."
Yeah.
He was so mad at all of us.
Oh my
Oh
god.
gosh, he almost
It
left us
was
there. I was like,
epic.
we almost missed, what was it, our flight or our bus ride or whatever.
Yeah, our
I was
flight.
like,
Yeah,
yikes.
yeah.
I was like, I feel bad, but I was tired.
I don't remember that day. I remember getting on the plane and I woke up and there was something, and then like my pants were wet for some weird reason. I don't know if I had a wet. I don't know if I had a wet
You
dream. I'm
pissed
serious.
yourself?
I don't know. I woke up on the plane ride and I'm just like, I need to go home. Like that. That was too much for me, bro. Like
You're like,
that 5 days.
oh.
Oof. Then we had to stay the rest of the day at school too. That was stupid. Like they made us stay at school.
Yeah,
Like when we got there, that was so
I
dumb.
was so
So dumb.
wiped.
But other than that, like 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, dude.
Um, oh man, that was a great story. Okay, let's go to high school now.
Oh, high
Go into
school.
detail about the transition to high school and all that jazz.
Transition to high school was just, it was weird because it was like
Weird.
middle school, you had your set classes with everybody. They made your schedule for you.
Yeah.
all that fun stuff. And the freshman year, did they make our schedules for us in the beginning?
Freshman year?
Yeah,
I think they definitely advised it. I think you could have opted out, but it was
I think
encouraged, I
they
guess.
mostly made it for you.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So I definitely got my first thing freshman year.
Yeah.
And then I had to sign up for classes past that, and I was just like, whoa, this is weird. But dude, I
Right.
had such a good homeroom my freshman year. You
Hmm.
remember Alan Lofstead?
Yes.
Dude, he
Yeah.
was in my
Yeah.
homeroom. Me,
Nice.
him,
Yeah.
Nathan Reynolds, Caitlin Toth, Brent Payne, Lauren Cotner. We were all in one homeroom, and
Dude,
that
yeah,
was
that's a stacked homeroom.
so
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
We also had Andre Ying, so the goat.
Yeah.
Dude, it was such a good home. Oh, and I had Laurent.
No, so you could just torture him for the rest of the 4 years. That's great, dude.
Yeah, dude. So I was like, this is a good place. And Mr. Casson was like the best homeroom teacher ever.
Yeah.
Losing him was a struggle, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, high school was rough, dude. I had like depression my at the end of my freshman year and like beginning of sophomore year.
Uh-huh.
It was tough.
It's so weird because I never knew you as that guy who was depressed. You masked it pretty well. Maybe is it okay? I don't be okay. I'm not a psychologist or anything, but did you have depression in middle school as well, or
No,
no?
no.
No. Why was it high school that changed?
High school, it was right around the time that my grandma died, and that was like first time really losing a family member.
Oh, okay.
And then right when that happened, I don't know if you remember Jackson Langley, but he
I
left
think I
too.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah, okay, yeah.
he's like my best friend. Like he's gonna be like my best man at my wedding. Like that's the
Oh
kind of
yeah,
guy he is. So
for
then
sure.
he's just like, I'm moving to Texas, and I was like, oh,
That's like the promised land for Kane, guys. I want to address that. Yeah.
I got my Bass Pro Shops hat too.
There you go. Yep.
But yeah, dude, I was like, well, I have nobody. Like I didn't
Right.
have because I didn't have a set friend group. Like I had cross country, but
Hmm.
like all the guys that were like varsity were going away. Like I had Mitch Blake, Seth Siegel, Michael Olivier. They were all like my cross country people, but like I wouldn't like hang out with them outside cross country. So
Yeah.
I didn't really have like a set group my freshman year. Oh, let's see. I think sophomore years when I met Brett Draper.
Okay.
Brett Draper was my guy for basically all of high school.
Yeah.
He was like the my best buddy then. And I remember at one point his mom definitely didn't like me, but I
Ooh.
I love
Yeah.
his mom. She's
Hmm.
such a good person. But like she definitely didn't like me at one point. I did eventually find a group. You remember Michael, right?
Michael, last name.
Olivier. He
Oh,
he ran with
y-
me.
yeah, he ran. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, super tan, right?
Yeah, dude. And then
Yeah, okay, yeah.
John and then Caden McGilvery.
Hmm.
Dude, that was such a funny group. I hung out with them for basically like 2 years.
Yeah,
So that was when I kind of found my group, but like once Michael started dating Sage, she went somewhere else, all that
yeah.
stuff.
Hmm.
Broke apart eventually. But dude,
Yeah.
Caden McGilvery and I had so many funny stories with him. If you know him, like he's the same kind of person I am. And
It, it, was he a meme lord? Would you describe him as?
absolutely.
Okay, I think he was in my weight training actually. He
Yeah,
he's like super
definitely.
white, right?
Oh,
Like kind of
definitely.
like yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, yeah, I had my
Dude,
weight training.
it
Yeah, never
we
never
had
forget him.
we had Spanish 1-2 together,
Uh-huh.
and Profe Ludwig eventually like put us at the same table, and that's like where we first met.
Yeah.
And it was like me, him, and Jack Setzler or something.
Okay. Yeah.
And I just remember there. No, it wasn't Jack. It was someone else. But it, we had like tons of substitute teachers, and they were all like wild, like really weird people.
Yeah.
And it was like there was one guy who was like a Marine, and he was just like, if I felt like it, I could kill all of you. And we all just looked at each other like, dude, what? Like, where did that come from?
And where did that come
Yeah.
from?
And he's just like, by the way, I don't speak specific Spanish. I speak Spanglish. And we're just like, no one cares.
Wait, why'd you have so many substitutes in
Well,
Spanish?
no, it was just like, it was like the right amount of substitutes like per year, but
Oh,
it was like
okay.
each one was so memorable that I remembered them.
Oh,
But
gotcha. Okay.
And there was this one teacher, substitute teacher, that had a moment that was just like, "All right, guys, I'm gonna do attendance, and if I mispronounce
Yep.
your name, I'm sorry. Just correct me, and we'll get it done." And
Yeah.
she eventually like gets to my name, and she goes, "Kane McMahon," and Kaden just goes, "McCannon? What the? How did you even get that?" And she
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
walked like slowly up to our desk, making eye contact with Kaden the whole time, and like slammed her head or like hand on the desk. It was like, "You want me to make fun of you?" And we were just like, like, what?
What is softy, bro? Yeah.
But dude, that was like, Kaden and I just looked at each other like that, like, what just happened?
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, that was definitely a highlight of my Spanish career.
Hmm. What about junior year?
Junior year,
Yeah.
junior year is kind of where I got my life a little bit together
Okay.
because junior year was like I had calculus with Hubschmidt.
Okay.
I met him my sophomore year because I'd hang out with like Carly and Ashley. Those were like my two people,
Hmm.
and they'd always hang out and eat lunch in his room. So I started
Yeah.
hanging out with him, and I liked the kind of person that he was. So I was like, cool. And I'm pretty sure Brett started dating his daughter at that point. So
Okay.
that was like, okay, I'll just hang out with Brett and Hubschmidt. So
Hmm.
then me, Brett, Marissa, and Sydney Mouch would all eat there. And that was a good group. We'd all hang out in his room all the time. And he
Yeah.
joshed around with me
Hmm.
a lot. So that was really fun because I love teachers who would like bounce back and make fun of me because that means that I could make fun of them too, you know?
Right. Yeah.
So that was the kind of teacher student relationship I had with him.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And eventually he just looked at me, he's like, "Yeah, your grades suck. Are you even trying?" And I was like, "No." And he was like, "Yeah, sign up for calculus next semester. I'm putting you into shape." And I was like, "Oh."
Yeah.
So he made me sign up for calculus, and then I got Vanderby, and I was like, "Oh, not cool."
Hmm.
And then after pre-calc, he's like, "Hey, I finessed you into my class." And I was like, "No way." And he actually finessed me into his class, so I got to have Hubschmidt for the rest of my calc. And like, it's not like I did well. Like I got decent grades, but like, he's like, "This is the kind of work ethic you need for all your classes." And I was like,
Right.
"Oh man." Like I just had to talk with coach. He was like, "Yeah, you can't have below a 2.0." And I was like, "I don't really care. I'll just keep it on the dot, like I don't care."
Yeah.
Because high school was whatever. I didn't really think about my future too much.
Mm.
So he was like, "All right, get your act together." So I eventually got my act together and then ended up getting like a 2.5, which is pretty cool. But, you know, compared to having like a 2.0 on the dot.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I eventually got it up a little bit further. And
Hmm.
yeah, like that was my turnaround point my junior year.
Well, that leaves senior year. Then what happened senior?
Oh
Kane.
gosh,
Yeah. Yeah.
dude, you pulling my
Yeah.
whole past out. All right.
Oh. Yep.
Senior
Yep.
year was really cool because that was the first time I really had like a lot of people come in for cross country, and
Hmm.
they were like great kids. They were all good kids. Annoying because they were freshmen, but like they were
Yeah.
good kids overall. And like that was like I made sure me, Marshall, and Michael were like overprotective big brothers to those people. Like if
Yeah.
anything happened to them, we'd be on it.
Hmm.
And like if they had any questions, we'd be there. Like if they were annoying, we'd yell at them. All the good stuff.
Right. Yeah.
So that was like the first time I really got to mentor, and I got like a good I got some pretty good friendships out of that. So senior year, that was a good year for track. It wasn't the best, but
Hmm.
we all got to run a good bit. DC and I ran a lot on the 4x4 together. That was super fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a good year overall, and that led me to my college. So I'm pretty happy about it. It was when I first
Yeah.
got I got an email from my school, and my coach now was like, "Hey, you ever think about running in college?" And I was like, "Not really." And he was like, "How about for money?" And I was like, "Okay."
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was really cool.
Yeah. Any highlights in senior year though?
No.
Oh, Sosnowski, bro. Come on.
Oh my gosh, you're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I
You gotta talk
totally
about
forgot.
Sosnowski, dude. Yeah.
All right. Dude, that class was wild. Did we have that first or second semester?
First, because I remember we had to finish our community service like by December. So
Oh yeah, I had to work at
yeah.
that half marathon. I do remember that. All right. Yeah, so economics.
Nah, dude, I hate that class so much, dude.
So we had
Oh,
we had macro and micro and all condensed
ugh.
within one quarter. But screw the class, that doesn't even matter. But
Right.
so Kevin and I actually had the class together, and we
Yeah.
sat next to one of our friends, Christian Teotico.
Shout out.
And
Yep.
dude, I mean that class, like I totally got messed with by the teacher all the time, like roasted all the time. Casual. That's my life.
Yeah.
But that was definitely because of a joke that I made in the beginning of class where we had to make our own government on an island, and he was just like, "Yeah, so this is the plan. This is what we're gonna do. You guys need to form a government. How are you gonna do it?" And I was just like, "Lord of the Flies," because we just read that the year before in what was it, Honors American Lit or Literature,
Yeah. Yeah. American Lit. Yeah.
and I was just like, "Oh, dude, Lord of the Flies. This will be hilarious." And then he was like, "Absolutely not," and he was like on
Right.
me for that. I was like,
Yep.
"My bad." So, and then, dude, do you want to talk about it a little bit?
Let's do it. I mean, I hope Tio Tico checks this out.
I
It'd be
did
cool.
too,
But
dude.
yeah, go into detail. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, one of our friends, Christian, was having like a rough time at home. I'm not gonna go into detail on that, but
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
we were just trying to be like good friends at first, and then our inner messing, what is it called?
Yeah.
Like our inner clowns kind of came out. We were just like,
Oh yeah.
we were like, Christian, I know you're having a real rough time at home, but Kevin's turning 18 soon, so we can adopt you if you want. And he was just like, what?
Yes.
No, like,
Oh my God. Yeah, he was super defensive too. That's what made him funnier though, because the fact he was like, I try to give him logic. I'm like, yeah, Tio Tico, you're like 17. This could work out, dude.
like we're good. I got an extra room for you in the house. Like,
Yeah.
come play
Yeah.
video games here. You get free Wi-Fi and food. Like,
I
and
mean, yeah. If
every like
it, yeah.
every class he'd come in like a little more depressed, and we were just like, "We'll be there for you soon, buddy. We're getting the papers ready."
Yeah, yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, the narrative. But disclaimer, he's doing pretty well now.
He's doing,
Based on what I see in his social media, he's
yeah.
doing great now.
Oh yeah,
So
no, definite change. Ever since he moved
moved
to
out.
Arizona,
Yeah.
um, either halfway through senior year in high school
Yeah.
or at the
Wow. Was
end.
it halfway? Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
So it's always I always wish the best for him, but
Right.
if I'm good friends with you, I'm gonna mess with you a bit. It's just how it is.
Right. For sure. Yeah.
So
All
like
right.
Kevin, for example, I still have you in my Snapchat as Kevin Kochka.
Oh, gosh. I don't know. I really don't know how that came to be. To be honest with you, I really don't. Like, I think it was middle school, but like even then, it's just like, where is the crotch come? I don't know. Yeah, whatever.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
out of love, I
I mean,
promise.
that's what's so beautiful though. These stories live on.
Oh
They
yeah,
they never. Yeah.
100%. And it's like, okay, well, it was just a nickname, so who cares?
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Kind of like a hamster Asian and all that stuff.
Yeah, no, dude.
Classic nickname. All right. Can you talk about like the transition from high school to college? Kind of talk about the culture and all that stuff.
All right, so if you guys don't know, I go to Montreat and I got the shirt on here, but it was kind of wild because
Hmm.
Montreat's in North Carolina.
Okay.
So
Whoa.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
Ooh,
for my
okay.
future career, I've always wanted to do sales, just like my dad. And I was
Oh,
like,
okay.
well, if I'm always going to have to travel, I might as well get used to not being close to home. So I didn't, and I ended up choosing a college that was, kind of far away.
Hmm.
So it was kind of a weird transition. It was really cool having like a really committed team because like back in high school, I had my committed team of 3 people,
Yeah.
4 people, and then I had the freshmen who were super into it. And like that was it. And like now I got like a group of 14 people who are like, let's go run, like let's get it. And I'm like, I mean, running's not my favorite, but I'll do it.
Right. Yeah.
And like everyone would do their runs, no one would skip out, any of the fun stuff. So it was kind of a cool transition, but like being off that far was not that cool because like, you miss your parents, all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
So I'd call them like every week and stuff, but it was um it was pretty rough. And they have this thing, since it is a Christian school,
Hmm.
they make you go to chapel a certain amount of times, which is I'm kind of like iffy on because like more of a person where it's like if you're gonna force your religion on something, like don't do it. It's
Yeah.
not
Okay.
cool. Like
Right.
I don't think that's something you should do. And they make it required like freshman you have to go 20 times in a semester and like sophomores 15 and other than that. And I was like,
Yeah.
I understand like they want like the school to have a wee bit of Jesus in it, but it's
Yeah.
like tone it down. So like I didn't want it to get out of hand, but I kind of
Right.
like lost a little bit of faith because of that in the
Okay.
school.
Hmm.
So I was just like, well, now that I've gone 20 times, I never want to go again because, you know,
Mm.
it was
Yeah.
like, all right, I get chapel twice a week and then church on Sunday. That's a lot of, Jesus for a week. And I was like, yikes, not cool.
Yeah. Would you say it was more like it became more religious than it became than more of like a relationship? If you get my drift by
I
that logic.
100% get it. But yeah,
Yeah.
it did. It
Okay.
became,
Yeah.
it was like, it was a required
Yeah.
religion. And
Exactly. Yeah.
I was kind of annoyed. I
Hmm.
was just like, I don't really like this. So I fell out.
Right.
Started not going to church. I got into
Hmm.
a relationship. I don't regret getting into that relationship, but I was not very Christian in my relationship, which I
Hmm.
should have been. But you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
it was a whole thing.
Yeah.
Like, and then my sophomore year of college was pretty different. There were a
Okay.
group of freshmen who came in. They were really good, and then I think it was halfway through the first semester, I met one of my really good friends, Jeremy,
Hmm.
and he led me to meet like one of my best friends now at school, Matt, and I got into a super good group. And
Yeah.
I feel so much better, like, and changed now that I'm like with these guys.
Hmm.
Like, finding that good group of friends is dumb helpful no matter where
Right.
you are.
Yeah.
And I highly recommend it. And if you think a college isn't for you, like, it's it's not that the college isn't for you, you just haven't found your group yet.
Interesting philosophy. Okay.
So I love my college now just because of this group of people.
Yeah. That's nice. Yeah.
Like each person in my group I would definitely take a bullet for.
That's saying a lot. That's saying a lot. Yeah. Um. So I guess so. Freshman year kind of sucked. Sophomore year kind of good until Corona, I would assume, right? Corona changed everything.
Oh yeah, all right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was in pretty hard class, managerial accounting,
Okay.
and I wasn't doing too hot in it. Like my grade point average is like 3.6, 3.7 right now, by the way. So it's like skyrocketed since
High school.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it was like I wasn't doing well. Like I was like on edge of failing because it's a hard class. So I was
Hmm.
like, online means easier. So I'm
Yeah.
cool with it for now. And like that was when I just broke up with my girlfriend.
Hmm.
So I was kind of like in the depresso mood.
Yeah.
Like stay in bed all day, that kind of stuff. Like don't talk to anybody.
Yeah.
So and that relationship was like a year and a bit long. So it was a good, you know, it was a good bit. So it hit me pretty hard, and that was like my first lengthy relationship, first love.
Hmm. Yeah.
So I got out of that, and I was kind of sad, and I was like, I really need to go home.
Hmm.
So it was like an opportunity for me. It was kind of like a healing opportunity that I felt got presented to me.
Yeah.
So I was cool with it at first, and now it just pisses me off. I want to go
Yeah.
back, dude.
I mean, yeah, because would you say you're definitely more extroverted, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's Kane. So yeah, this must be yeah depressing for you, right?
Yeah, no, it's nice that I
Yeah.
have girls hate this, but Xbox, like, because then I
Oh
can
yeah.
communicate with my friends and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it's dumb how much fun you can have on that, just with like friends from high school and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah.
So that's how I keep in contact with everybody, because texting sucks.
Yeah, I see what you mean by that. So okay, then where do you like see yourself in 5 years from now?
Dude, honestly, so out of college, I'm going for a business degree with the concentration in marketing and cybersecurity. So
Okay, cool.
honestly, I'm gonna go with whoever can get me a sales job, dude.
Okay.
So if it's like 5 years, whatever, I'm just gonna be with wherever I can make the most money.
Yeah.
And if I have to move somewhere to do it, I'll do it. It was funny. I actually talked to my teacher about this. They were like, "Kane, what kind of job do you want to go to?" And I was like, "I mean, wherever I can make the most money would be great." And they were like, "Oh, we might need to have a talk about that." And I was like, "What do you think I'm gonna do? Go into black market sales? Like what?"
Yeah.
So that was pretty funny.
I mean, where do you want to live during that time, would you say?
I don't care,
So if you freaking get moved to Maine, like I've heard stories about Maine, okay? You would work there?
dude. I if it's giving me money, like eventually I'll be able to work from home and I'll move to wherever I want. But for now, I want to travel around, get a job at different places, see what I like the
Uh-huh.
best.
Okay, so yeah, you just want to embrace the suck for a couple of years, and then
Dude,
once you have a higher
it's a grind.
reputation, then you can kind of chill out. Okay, I
It's
got you.
it's
I got you.
totally a grind, dude. And my dad gave me some advice, and he's just like, dude, once you get into your job, like be the best possible like sales guy you can be.
Whoa. Right, yeah.
And like once you prove yourself, do whatever the heck you want, you know? Like my
Hmm.
dad's super successful at what he does. Like he's great at sales.
Yeah. Has he been like tutoring you and stuff like that?
Yeah, he helps me out a lot.
That's
He's
good.
he's definitely like my dad's a great dad and he's also a good best friend. Like he's one of my best friends.
That's a good relationship to have.
So,
Yeah. Um, we'll go for more of the generic questions now, I guess. So, what are some hobbies and passions for you, Kane?
we're gonna go with running.
Yeah, obvious. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know if you knew this, but when I was younger, I did martial arts. You can see some of the stuff up here. But
Belts. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that really, really, really influenced my life. I used to do Taekwondo at first, and
Yeah.
I got a second degree black belt there,
Hmm.
and I was okay, I guess. Like it was
Yeah.
fun, but it was like I'd hate going. I'd be like, oh great, martial arts again, here we go. And
Hmm.
then after that, my dad was like, I really want to start doing martial arts too. And I was like, oh really? Like that's awesome. And he was like, yeah, so I'm gonna go to this different place. And I was like, I don't want to go there. Like I don't want to restart, like do something new. My sister was
Right.
like, all right, I'm going too. And I was like, well, I don't want to be alone, so I guess I'm going.
Yeah.
So I ended up going there, and it's funny because it's where my mom works. It's called Mana's Martial Arts, and I ended up training there like until I was like freshman year of high school. So
Huh. Okay.
that
What
that
What do they
really
teach
changed me.
specifically?
It's called Tung Sudo, and they do
Tongue Sudo, dude.
yeah, it's
Okay.
wild. Like
Uh-huh.
when it reopens up, like I can get you a free pass if you want. If you want to try out a lesson or
Dude,
two.
dude, shout out to actually Nico Fitzgerald. I actually hired him during, especially before Corona. I
Hmm.
was just like, I don't have time to get like a. Plus, it's honestly insecurity. I did. I should. I mean, I'm just gonna say I did this junior year of high school. I didn't play sports until. So okay, so I quit football sophomore year,
Hmm.
and my parents like, you need to do a sport. I'm like, no, I don't want to do a sport. So
Yeah,
like, okay, we're gonna force you to do something, and
because parents. Yeah,
already that's a bad thing.
yeah, no,
And and then really, I feel like as parents they should understand me, right? Because
yeah.
as a kid, I was kind of like you. I was kind of like a bully, like elementary school. I was an actual bully. Like I beat up
Oh,
kids.
okay.
Like
Yeah,
I was
I
a
didn't go
bad
that
kid.
far.
I had an older brother. I had an older brother. And you know what older brothers do? They just
Yeah,
beat on the
okay.
younger brothers. And
Taking out
like,
your
yeah,
anger on other people. Gotcha.
exactly. So, and then they always tell me, Kevin, never use violence. And then so I finally got it like fourth grade. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. And so that made me more of a shy, kind of like collective, not really like want to, fight people anymore.
Hmm.
Plus, once you get older, you know if someone's going to kick your ass and they know how to fight. So it's just like, yeah, it's like the wisest thing to do. Anyway, so fast forward that to junior year. They're like, we're going to make you do Krav Maga. I'm like, what is
Krav
Krav Maga?
Maga.
Yeah, you've heard of it. Yeah.
Yep.
And my mom's friend, John, shout out to John Montalbano. I don't know why I did that, but he he was like he was going there, and he's actually I think he was just starting to be an instructor.
Hmm.
And they're like, "Yo, just check it out." And I checked it out, and it's basically like Israeli fighting, right? So
Hmm.
it's like for the special forces, the military, and for the
Yeah.
Israeli army. But Um, I will say I did have fun. There's one instructor. He reminded me of since Chris joined the chat real quick for a brief second. He reminded me of Chris. Like just imagine like a 50-year-old French guy. He's like 5'6", but a complete badass. Like he literally would like take like a 6'3" guy and like pin him to the wall. I'm like, holy crap, dude! Like
Oh
this
my
is insane.
gosh.
And he had like the best accent ever. He's like total like he was from Quebec, like Canada. So like he
Yeah,
was a total Frenchman. You know what I'm saying?
it's funny.
But
Canadians like
uh,
hate Quebec.
and I remember, yeah, and I remember him saying, I'll never forget these. Like, whenever you're close to them, like headbutt them, always headbutt. I'm like, I'll never forget that. But I mean, I just didn't like it. I went there because I think the reason why, because I was forced at an old age to do
Yeah.
it. I'm just like, it's just not for me, dude. I mean, I learned something. Don't get me wrong, but I only did it for like a summer, and then I made a deal. Of like, okay, what if I do rugby? Because Chris was doing rugby at the time, and he's
Hmm.
like, yo, you should do rugby. I'm like, okay. So that's what I did for sports. But
Okay.
fast forward now, until Corona, I was like, I kind of want to get back into it because after watching, like, watching Joe Rogan, watching UFC, and all that stuff, I'm like, yeah, this is kind of entertaining. And so what I did was actually, I don't know if you know, but Nico Fitzgerald, he's really into martial arts, right?
Yeah, I know him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nico's
Oh
a
yeah.
great guy.
Yeah. And I call him up. I'm like, yo, can you like give me private sessions or whatever? I'll pay you. He's like, yeah. And so for like twice a week so I would say from late November to like mid February we did it, and then Corona happened, and I haven't done it ever since. But yeah, Nico's like my private instructor. Actually,
Dude, what a guy.
we do. I know, seriously, dude. But yeah, we did some jujitsu and some not really karate, but just like some boxing maybe. But the point is, it's like I just want a foundation because
Hmm.
if ever in a situation. So
Dude, what?
yeah,
Okay. They also
yeah.
have a kickboxing class that's like,
Dude, I am not that guy. I do not have the long, lengthy legs, dude. No
dude,
way.
no, this will whip you straight into shape, brother.
I
Like,
bet, yeah, but
and the guy who teaches it has like an eighth degree black belt.
yeah,
Like, he's the scariest person I've ever met in my life, but he's also like, I could be super comfortable around him because I love him, you know? Like, he's basically
right.
family for me.
Exactly. Yeah,
So,
I heard Muay Thai is also another good martial arts as well. Muay Thai.
yeah, that's a lot of knees and elbows.
Yeah.
Elbows make
So.
holes, dude. Elbows make holes.
Dude, we went on a huge tangent. What were we just talking about earlier? I forgot. Oh,
Hobbies.
hobbies and passions. Yeah. Anything else? You still play the trumpet or no? Like you kind of.
No, it's in my closet though.
Yeah, you haven't opened it up. Yeah.
Yeah, no, dude. Oh, I actually collect like knives and swords. I did that all my high school, dude.
God, you're such a weeaboo, Kane. Oh my god.
Okay, fair. But
Yeah.
like for real, hold on. Let me
I mean,
just
swords are cool.
yeah,
Don't get
don't
me wrong.
yeah, no, for sure. Like give me one
Is it a
sec.
is it a classic samurai sword? Am I gonna see that?
Nah, dude. You don't even know. All right.
If it's a bastard sword, that'd be pretty sick. Or machete, that'd be pretty
Dude,
sick.
I have a machete and
Better?
dude,
Okay.
think like
Hopefully you're gonna
medieval
get
times,
demonetized.
brother.
Wait, is that an actual sword or is that like plastic?
It's a whole real sword, dude.
That's pretty sick. Okay, cool.
Like one sec. Oh.
Dude, Seth, we won't get in trouble for this, right?
Let me put it away.
Yeah.
But like
But
I
that's
like
cool.
my friend and I sharpened it and everything. Like it was so cool.
Whoa, you're blacksmiths now? Damn. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Josiah killed it on this thing.
Yeah. Okay. I'll follow up with this question. What for you, Kane? What talent or gift is unique to you?
Unique to me,
Yep.
dude. Probably just people have this weird thing where they just open up to me. You know, like socially,
Okay.
and it's
Okay.
yeah. Calm down there, but
Well, I mean, I maybe from the okay. Okay,
no.
it's your point of view, right? Go ahead. Yeah.
Like I always like whenever I start talking to someone, it's like they always end up telling me something that I would like not usually ready to hear, you know? And
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, so that happened in your life. Okay. So, and you know, I make it, if people tell me about that stuff, like, I'm gonna be a good friend about it. Like, I always like comforting people about that kind of junk, but, you know, it's all good in good health.
Oh, so it's like you're a good secret keeper is what you're telling me.
No, not that. I just,
Oh.
I help
Oh.
people. I help people when they
Okay. No,
I
but I'm curious though, if someone asks you something really dark and they're like, "Yo, Kane, like, don't tell anyone." I assume you'll keep that promise, right?
like what kind of
Oh,
dark stuff?
I don't know, dude. I'm
Like
just
what do you mean? Like
I'm
terrorist
not gonna,
junk?
obviously not that. If it's not gonna like harm someone, but just like internally, like if someone someone had a messed up child or something along those lines, someone like
No, that's
something
not my business
internally.
to share.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay,
Yeah, okay,
okay. I
we're on the
thought you
same
meant
note
like,
then.
yeah, I'm coming to school with a weapon. It's like, oh yeah, I'm
Right.
telling people.
Well, yeah, obviously, but yeah, okay. Um, let's see. Let's going past that. Um,
Someone knocking on your door, or is that you?
no, that's just me. My nails aren't even that long. Though. I don't know why it's making such a loud noise,
Dude, you just got really sharp fingertips.
dude. Anyways, but yeah. Let's see. I feel like I'm running out of questions now, Kane.
Dude, I'm sorry.
That's I guess that's kind of the pros and cons to this is that I want to like
You want to
simulate
you
a
want to have like a
conversation.
prompt, but like you also don't.
Yeah, I want to add a little bit,
Yeah.
because usually, I mean, we're almost at an hour, so I mean, we did a good time, but yeah, I usually go an hour 10, but
Out of 10.
yeah, um, I don't know, dude, like what's been on your mind? How about that? What's been on your mind lately?
All right, we're gonna go a wee bit into religion then, if you're cool with that.
All right, let's see how this goes. Yeah,
Oh, actually, even better.
oof, okay,
One of my friends has been struggling. Actually, a lot of my buddies have been struggling lately with singleness.
okay,
So I don't know why, but a lot of guys, I definitely had this trouble when I was for the past like what 19 years, but
mm-hmm. Yeah,
like
yeah,
lots of guys struggle with, oh yeah, I want a girlfriend, you know,
mm-hmm.
and I just I'm at the point where like I get there because I was at that point,
Yeah,
but I'm not there anymore, and I think that's super cool. Like
yeah,
this is the first time in my whole life that I'm not like there's like a girl that I'm not talking to specifically, you know?
mm-hmm.
Like if I'm trying to date her or not, like I'm not talking to one specifically like that I'm trying to date. And it's like
Mm-hmm.
it's such a cool moment for me because like I'm actually happy with me being single.
Yeah,
And it's like, yeah, I get that I just like I'm fresh out of a relationship like 3 months, but it's like who cares? Like I'm chilling. Like
yeah, yeah,
like if something comes along, awesome. If not, I don't care. Like I'm good being me and learning more like from myself, you know.
yeah.
I have good standards now. We're good to go.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool that you learned that because are you trying to like are you just waiting for like the right time or is it just what is
I
it?
mean, like if something comes along, of course I'm gonna try, but
Yeah.
I'm
You're not
also
gonna go searching is what you're telling me. You're not
well,
gonna go
yeah,
searching? You are
no,
gonna go searching? Oh, you're not gonna
like I'm
search.
not gonna
Okay.
get like a dating app. Like,
Yeah, I get on that Tinder grind,
nah,
dude.
dude, not Tinder
Yeah.
grind,
Yeah,
swiping
yeah, yeah.
too addicting.
Exactly, yeah.
But you know, it's just I've learned there's like a different aspect in each part of my life that I learn from, you know?
Hmm.
Like when I
Yeah.
first go into martial arts, I was a cocky kid. I was like, I'm a second degree black belt, you know, like I'm better than most people here.
Yeah.
And Grandmaster Mana just looked at me. He's like, all right, I'll let you hit me as hard as you can, and then you can hit me as hard as you can. And he's like, you
Hmm.
can go first too. And I was like, oh, easy, gonna wreck this guy in one punch. I'm like 12, by the way. So I hit him
Yeah.
as hard as I can, and he has his eyes closed. He's like, did you do it yet? And I was like, oh, you know, like
Yeah.
I've had all these moments in my life where it hit me with like a realization, and it's I don't know. I just feel like it's definitely part of a big plan, and I'm glad that I'm part of it.
Yeah, I mean, you do. Yeah, I can definitely say you're definitely different from middle school Kane to like college Kane. There is a progression there.
I'd hope so.
So no, but the fact you know what's cool about this, to get real with you, the fact that you admit that and you're like, yeah, I was kind of a bully and a douche back in the day, but now I realize like I reconcile that kind of thing. I'm like, I'm moving on positively. I'm not going to be the old Kane. I'm a new Kane. Is that fair enough to say, kind of thing? You grew from that.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. That's good.
So yeah, I honestly love it. Like
Yeah.
just this whole ever since I've like really gotten in being a relationship with Jesus, it's like my
Hmm.
life has just gotten so much better. You know,
Yeah.
it's like by itself, like an ox can pull like what, like 1,000 pounds, but
Hmm.
like with two oxes pulling at the same time, it's like 10,000 pounds. Like that's what I feel
Yeah.
like. Like I feel like I'm going way faster than I should be, and I love
Hmm.
it.
Yeah. That's good. Nothing's holding you back, bro. I got that.
Dude, it's
Oh,
great.
I forgot the question. Okay. What grinds your gears, Keith? Or not Keith, Kane, sorry, coworker. What grinds your gears? What's your biggest pet peeve right now?
Um, really, it's I know this is gonna sound silly, but it's the mask thing that's going on, like all the
Dude,
masks. I
yes.
I hate
Yes.
I hate that that thing is now as important as my phone, keys, and wallet.
Yeah, put that in perspective, yeah.
Dude, I can't go anywhere without having that thing in my pocket.
Yep.
I can't go into stores. I can go through drive-throughs. That's the bright side. I can't. I can't travel without it. People get uncomfortable, and it's just. It feels like our whole like country is being controlled by fear right now, and I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate that so much.
I can agree to some of that. Yeah, no, it's definitely it's troubling the fact that this is still lingering on, if you will. I yes, something does need to change for sure. Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
but
That's actually fun fact why I'm trying to stay in North Carolina for the whole summer.
oh wait, so okay, sorry. So you're when are you going back? So you're going back when exactly? So
I'm going back on the 23rd.
of May. Okay.
So
Um, are they opening up? Do you know anything? Is that why, or
they
what's
actually
this?
opened up on May 8th.
Oh, okay, okay.
So
As in
they're in
like
like their first phase.
the first phase.
So
Gotcha.
by the
Okay.
time I get there, they should be in phase two, and then past that point, it's pretty good.
Right.
Oh, dude. All right. Once we have to like reset this thing, I have a story about
Okay. Yeah.
this last year for running cross country.
Hmm.
That was wild.
It was a while. Okay.
Yeah,
You know,
no.
honestly, I might just move over now. We got like a minute, 2 minutes, so
All
we'll
right,
just have
bet.
a real quick. So, yep.
Cool.
All right. Go into detail, my guy. The
All right,
story of all stories.
dude. Okay. So sophomore year, like this last year for college,
Yeah.
I was like, I'm really gonna start taking my running career seriously because it was like iffy other than that. And I was like, all right, like cross country, I'm gonna kill it.
Yeah.
And this is when I realized that dust is like the end of me. So I before lived in like a new dorm, like it was just freshly built,
Hmm.
like freshly built rooms in a an old building dorm.
Yeah.
So I was pretty good there. And this next year I got moved into a building that was like made in like 1890 or something. So it was like super dust filled and everything.
Yeah.
And I I hated it because it made my allergies. I couldn't breathe through my nose, all the fun stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, I really don't want to live here anymore. And my dad's like, I was thinking about buying a retirement home back there anyways, so I'll just get to it. And I was just like,
Yeah.
what? Like, okay.
Hmm.
Like I was not ready for that. So I still had to live in the dorms for most of the year. And it really did affect my running more than I thought it would. So like I was definitely slower than I should have been. And then there was just for some context, I got like diagnosed for like exercise induced asthma back in like my sophomore year of high school from
Okay.
Kit Carson Park. I don't know if you've been to Kit Carson Park,
Okay.
but it used to be extremely dusty
Okay.
and it absolutely wrecked my lungs. But
Mm.
this year we went to a race and it was called Queens. And that race was like 300 people and we were all running on gravel. So
Ooh.
lots and lots of dust got kicked up.
Yeah.
And I was like 2.5 miles into my race, and I started having an asthma attack.
Oh.
And since it was 4 years since I had my last one, I didn't have my inhaler like in my hand,
Hmm.
and I was like, "Uh-oh," because like I couldn't breathe like at
Yeah.
all.
Hmm.
Like I'd try and breathe in and it'd stop, and I'd breathe like the air that I tried to breathe in would just come out. So like I couldn't
Yeah.
breathe for like a minute and a half
Right.
before one of my assistant coaches like ran as fast as he could back to get my inhaler. And he got my inhaler, so I was able to actually breathe. I got some water and I was able to breathe. And I tried to get up and run again. He's like, "You idiot, get back!" Like, because like I'm not gonna run after that, but I wanted to.
Yeah.
And um, so I had to get carried back on a cart because
Okay.
I lost feeling in my legs.
Hmm.
And then they brought me back, and then I saw an ambulance there, and I was like, "Oh, uh-oh," like
Yeah. Yeah.
this is gonna be expensive.
Hmm.
So I walked, I was like breathing there, and these people were like, "All right, get in the ambulance," and I was like, "No, I'm not doing it." They're like,
Yeah.
"We're not going to take you to a hospital," and I was like, "Oh, okay." So I got in the ambulance, and they were like, "All right, can we give you an IV?" And I was like, "Does it cost money?" And they were like, "No," and I was like, "Okay."
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So like I almost died that day, dude. Like I had to
Wow.
have one of my teammates like call my parents, like my ex-girlfriend, like she was like, "Yeah, he's okay by the way." And they were like, "What?" You know? That's because when it's the first thing that comes out of like your son calling you with someone else on the phone is, "Oh, by the way, he's okay." It's like, what happened?"
Exactly. Yeah. Wow.
So, that was a whole interesting event that happened then.
Yeah, dude, put that in perspective. Kane almost died. We almost lost Kane, guys. Like, holy crap.
Dude, I know. No more episode 19 on Life of Kochka.
Exactly, my guy. Dang, I'm actually really enjoying this, Kane. It's good to reconnect with you, bro. Because it's
Yeah, dude.
like the last time okay, obviously, last time met face to face was like what, end of senior year.
Probably like
So
graduation.
yeah, I mean, I occasionally talk to an Xbox, but like this actual in-depth conversation, yeah, it's been a minute. So
For sure, for sure. I've kind of avoided you on Xbox though.
I know. I mean, yeah, I think I joined like twice. One time you invited me, another time I joined, and then like I remember there's that guy who does Twitch, right? What's one of your friends does Twitch? I thought one of your
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, he does. I'm not giving him a shout out. He's a great guy, but
Oh, I gave him a
fine. All
shot.
right, it's Eagle Eye. It's fine.
Yes, dude. I want him on. I remember we talked about that, and this is now I
Yeah,
can do it because it's Instagram Live. But
he yeah he actually follows me on Instagram too, so that's kind of funny.
oh wait, so wait, did you meet? You didn't meet him from college? You met him just like a random
Yeah,
random
dude.
Xbox?
No,
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
a great guy too. He
yeah.
really is. You
No,
know.
yeah, dude. I believe in having relationships with online people.
Oh,
100, yeah,
dude,
100%.
I've
Yeah,
met one of my best friends ever on Xbox Live.
yeah.
Like I would like if he was in need, I'd fly out there and help him. Like at any point in time.
I don't think I have that strong relationship, but I do have a guy where I do call him every like 2, 3 weeks.
Hmm.
But I think he's an old dude. He's a boomer, so I think he's well off. So I don't need to go fly to him. So if anything's wrong with
Yeah.
him, but
Well,
yeah, no. But yeah, to recap, dude. Yeah, 100%. Relationships are
dude,
can be a
they're
thing online.
so real on
Yeah,
Xbox for sure.
yeah, dude. Xbox. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because
Dude,
yeah.
it's definitely like dumb fun when you find someone that you just connect with over Xbox. It's like, how did we meet? Like, what?
Yeah,
It's
yeah. To think about that, yeah, for sure.
wild.
Um, all right. Last question, Kane. Question is the question of all questions. So at the end of the show, I always ask this question to my guests. Um,
Oh,
in
jeez.
one word, what? So one description word. What do you want to be this year, or what have you kind of been fulfilling this year in one word, one adjective?
Wait, like, what do I want to be?
Yeah, or I guess since we're almost halfway through the year too, is there been a word you've been fulfilling, or is there a word you still want to be, but with the time remaining? If that makes
You know,
sense. In one word.
oh, shoot. All right.
Yeah. You have to
I'm gonna
think.
go with committed
Okay. Committed.
because
Yeah.
I'm really getting back into my relationship with God,
Hmm.
and I'm really trying to get with running,
Yeah.
and I really want to stay committed to all my friends, and it's me being my best is what's going to help them the most. So I really want to commit to that.
All right. Yeah.
So that's my goal.
That's your goal. Yeah. Um, that's a good way to end it. Yeah. All right, Kane. I really appreciate you coming on. It's so awesome to do this with you, bro. I mean, I'm sure we got like tons of more stories we could tell.
Oh, for sure,
And
dude.
if we really like, thought about it, but I think we told like the top like three best ones, top two, top three.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Yeah. But
San Fran, dude.
dude, never, yeah. Dude, San Francisco song, everything about San Francisco was
Dude,
epic.
Bryson is San Francisco song. I was like, what
Yeah.
is he going
No,
on
I think
about?
I think I had that song and I
That was
played it because
you?
yeah, I was like, yo guys,
Oh
look at this
my.
song, San
Yeah,
Francisco. I remember Michael Bach's like, you're an idiot. I'm like, you don't understand, dude.
throwback to that guy,
You don't
dude.
understand. And then I converted you guys like, oh dude, like that song, like if you just what's it called? I think it's like called San Francisco. Like when I think when we hear it, we'll know like, dude,
Dude, I know exactly the
bring
tune
back
to
some memories. Yeah. But yeah, guys, thank you for tuning in. And yeah, Kane, I really appreciate you coming on.
Yes, sir.
All right. Catch
Thanks
you
for
guys
having
later.
me.
Yep.
See ya.
There you go.